Today, two normal home cooks are going to create a dish in just 30 minutes, but there's a catch. They're going to split their time between planning and cooking. Jamie has 30% planning time and 70% cooking. Mike is the flip of that, 70-30. Leaving just 9 minutes of cooking time, he better have a plan.
Yes, he better.
A whole host of ingredients, the dry store and our kitchen to play with. Your time starts now.
I don't know what's worse, having longer to cook or longer to plan.
I think I'm more comfortable short planning and then longer cooking.
Because I can see how this has been designed because I need a plan.
Yes.
My problem is I don't know if the plan is going to be good enough to execute in 9 minutes.
I don't know if mine's going to be good enough to execute in 21.
We've got pork, white fish, olives, some veg that I'm not going to be able to cook in time. Can I cook the pork in time if I slice it up? Yes, but why do I want to slice it up?
You can plan, you can gather, you can collect, you can get equipment out. The key is, when your planning time ends, the dry store, the fridge and the cupboards are locked. So make sure you have everything you need to cook. It's the point of a plan.
So I can't get anything else after my 9 minutes?
No.
That would have been good to know 5 minutes ago.
You've taken all the things that I'm thinking. I
know that's because you always go in this direction, so I thought...
I've got 9 minutes of cooking.
Yeah.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah, because I'm pushing my comfort zone, so you have to push yours as well.
No.
Yes.
Jay, you've had 2/3 of your planning time.
Oh, it's really hard thinking that I'm not going to be able to get anything else. And it's mainly equipment that I'm worried about.
Now the question, Jay, is this a plan you have or just lots of contingency?
Some people believe that they don't make a plan B because it only detracts from plan A. But that only matters if you've got a good enough plan A. Whereas I don't feel like I've had the time to make a good enough plan A, so I'm getting a B, C and D as well. What I'm thinking, Ebbers, is a peanut butter, coconut milk, pork dish with coconut rice and a cucumber streamy salad.
Mike's taking a seat. Yeah, take the weight off, Mike.
Yeah, I need all of my energy in my brain.
Jamie, you have had 30% of your time and therefore your planning is done. The dry store, the fridge and the cupboards are locked. You may start cooking. Mike is also using his planning time to research. Wise.
I'm pretty much trying to make sure that I don't kill you.
Slice up my pork, get that into a bowl along with pear, some soy sauce and some sesame oil to start marinating.
Sounds very almost bulgogi kind of vibes.
Kind of bulgogi vibes. I brought a cloth over because I didn't know if I was going to be allowed one.
Pear has that delicious sort of fresh green fruit flavour, but also is full of enzymes that help to break down and tenderise meat.
If left over time, and I don't know if 21 minutes including cooking time is enough to do that, but flavour anyway. Sesame oil.
Mike, you've had 13 minutes of planning time, unlucky for some. How's it going for you?
I don't know. I think I've got something, but I don't know what it is.
Just 9 minutes of cooking is tough. It needs real planning, choreography, and to some extent, wishful thinking.
Wishful thinking, yeah. 100%.
I don't know if I'm going to get the best use out of that, am I? You do that.
You can eat it, but it has to be cut very, very fine, or you use it to infuse things.
I might use this to infuse Ebbers.
You're going to infuse Ebbers?
When we have chefs cooking with imposed time limits, a plan is absolutely necessary. Whether that's 13 apple recipes in 30 minutes, or how to use 60 eggs in an hour, there has to be a plan.
I could have blended all of this. That would have been good.
You are both halfway through. Mike, that's about 2/3 the way through your planning, and Jamie has already started cooking. Mike ransacking the dry store. You've got 5 minutes of planning left.
Now everyone wants a chef, right? So our chefs decided to help out the old-fashioned way.
Wait, aren't you the chef from the Sidemen videos?
And amazingly, some people took them up on it. And some were more eager than others. The thing is, you don't need a chef. Your psychic will do it all for you. From planning your week, building your shop, using up ingredients, and rescuing dinner when life goes sideways. So to celebrate Psychic, make it more like having an actual chef in your kitchen, we're giving you the chance to win an actual chef in your kitchen. Yeah, that's right, an actual chef. You can have Ben, Kush, or James in your kitchen. It's probably going to be James. I would. All you have to do is download Psychic, enter the competition via the app, and tell us which chef you want knocking on your door. A chef is knocking at your door. He is ringing your bell. He's ringing your bell. That's weird, isn't it? Cooking your meal. The chef is knocking at your door. He is cooking your meal.
Now, you didn't get the choice today, Jay, but do you normally prefer a plan or just more time to wing it?
I prefer more time to wing it. I'm very happy with cupboard raiding, essentially. Having a look and going, oh, I could put a bit of that in, put a bit of that in. The difference is, usually, I'm doing it as I'm going, rather than going, I can't now get anything else from there, and if I've forgotten something, it kind of throws the plan off, whereas usually I'm like, well, that's going, I could add a bit of that in, oh, a bit of that might be nice. Don't have that today. Toasted sesame oil, garlic, ginger, spring onion into a pan just to sweat off. At the same time, I've added my coconut milk and lemongrass and some smooth peanut butter into this pan so it can start to warm up and start to reduce a little bit separately, so I'm doubling up on the cooking time or halving the cooking time.
And that trinity of garlic, ginger and spring onion just smells incredible as the whole room fills with the fragrance of that and lemongrass.
Furikake seasoning. That's fragrant. Fry off my pork.
Mike, are you worried about just 9 minutes cooking time? Where's your pressure point going to be?
Everything having to happen at the same time.
Presumably you've created a plan so that you prioritise the things that have to happen first.
Yeah, so I've gone just in order of what's going to take the longest time to try and get the most out of that 9 minutes, and then whilst that's doing something, moving on to the next bits and the next bits. The lid of this wasn't on properly.
Are you alright, mate?
Yeah, sure. I'll sweep that up in a sec. And final bit. Where were they?
Mike, that is your planning time up, and your 9 minutes of cooking time starts now.
Okay. I've got pork shoulder that I'm slicing thinly.
The sugars from the pear caramelising, the garlic also burning. Mike now has to juggle. He's juggling 3 pans, a board, and he really hopes in 21 minutes of planning time, which, let's be honest,
it's loads.
It's a long time. Let's hope he hasn't forgotten anything, like a plate to serve it on.
Oh, what, we were supposed to grab plates as well?
Well, if it's in the locked cupboard, I don't know how else you're going to get it.
You can have a board. I am trying to make a very, very quick barbecue bao and salad. I've got my thinly sliced pork frying away. Now I'm slicing up an apple, pear and orange. I'm going to use the juice of the orange with some sesame to create a quick dressing. Some Thai lime leaves there. Hoisin, some Chinese 5-spice, honey.
5 minutes left. Jay, you've been tasting bits. Happy with the way it's coming together?
I really wish I had some like lemon juice or vinegar. Really strong peanut butter flavour coming through. There's a coconut flavour coming through. But you know how it needs that hit of acid to just lift it? I'm missing that, and I didn't think about that beforehand.
A splash of orange juice through this as well. I don't want it to taste too much like my slaw. A little bit of ginger through my slaw as well.
3.5 minutes remaining.
Sesame oil.
Can I reach under you?
Exactly as he predicted. It's all happening at the same time. Can he keep on top of it? Jay's sauce reducing. Nice looking dressed cucumber.
Come on, pork, come on, pork.
2 minutes left. Pork pretty much cooked. A hot sauce reduced, some nuts toasting, and some salad in a bowl. Jamie is already plating. Now, whilst this is kind of an extreme version, if you're the kind of person that never gets around to planning or doesn't have much time to cook, then that's exactly why we built Sidekick and why we've just launched Sidekick 3.0. Loads of new functions and additions, including an assistant, the Sidekick in your pocket, to help you look at a fridge full of ingredients and come up with recipes that already exist, that already work, so that you don't have to think about it. It will do the heavy lifting. You can enjoy the eating.
Underneath.
I think the pork has got some nice colour on it.
60 seconds.
Okay, now pork into the sauce.
Oh, why are you that colour as well?
QP mayo, barbecue pork,
15 seconds.
salad.
5, 4, 3, 2.
It was at this precise moment he realised his mistake.
Stop.
Oh my goodness. Let's not do that again.
I'll be honest, 9 minutes was always going to be tough. We'll come to that in a minute. Jay, it looks like a complete and well thought out meal.
The curry looks great.
It's got a great consistency to it. A real level of fragrance from that sort of holy trinity you put in up front. Richness of
Coconut. Oof.
coconut, peanut butter and sesame oil. So 3 forms of fat.
That'll do
And a
it.
couple of tablespoons of sesame oil as well means the whole thing is very, very fatty. And that's where, as you know, you're missing the sort of cut through on that.
What's interesting is with little planning time, I had to stick to things that were familiar. So I knew how that would come together. I knew what it would taste like before I cooked it.
Yep.
I just forgot about the acidy bit. There's nothing new and exciting about it.
There isn't, but there's some really nice nods. So using the pear in 2 ways, one in and around the pork, but also as a bit of fresh crunch on top. The cucumber, ribboned and dressed with that furikake, means it's got that spice and that crunch of sesame. It's actually really delicious. It is just missing that punch of acid.
Segue. It's okay to have all the time in the world to plan, but actually it's the cooking time that holds you back. So you're planning in around what can cook in time.
Yep.
So it was that, basically.
So some very clever uses of dry store ingredients. Hoisin and Chinese 5 Spice have already got a plethora of ingredients and come with an absolute body of flavour, and a little bit of honey to basically caramelise it really quickly means that the flavour on that pork, delicious. I think the freshness of having a crunchy, basically fruit salad, apple, pear on the side, smart. I'm surprised you didn't bother to cook the bao.
No.
They are
Steam them.
pre-steamed, but you're supposed to finish cooking them.
I do know that.
That's why when you open them, they did that rather than kind of in a fluffy way,
I know.
like a pillow.
Are they the
I know.
pot-baked baguette of the bao world?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm confused by the panko crumbs.
Yep, also had some peanuts toasting for crunch and texture, and didn't get them out the pan in time.
No.
So grabbed some panko for some sort of texture, which instantly went soggy as soon as it hit the apple.
Well, the bread sauce around the apple is not terrible. It just hasn't been seasoned.
The thing is, when you're at home, regardless of how much planning time you do or don't have, there isn't a maniac locking cupboard doors behind you.
Yeah, no one's doing this to this extreme, but I think it's definitely proved a couple of points.
Would you have preferred to swap, having done it?
Yeah, I thought that this was ideal for me, plan-wise. Then the reality of inspiration versus what was on there became really restricted, and then I ended up just having to pick a direction and going for it. I mean, it was a very interesting experiment, put it that way.
Would Psychic have told me to remember a lemon?
And to steam my bath.
Yes.